Hello, beautiful souls. Well, this is new for me. My name is Renee. I'm Coach Renee, and welcome to one of the very first lives I've done here on YouTube. And I want to get used to it. So I want to invite you in and allow you to get to know me as I get to know this particular platform and say the things that are laid on my heart. So let's see who will come in to visit. Pardon me. Not sure how to invite, but there we go. Let's see where we can go here to invite others in. So I'm glad that you are here. And even if you're not here in real time, I am glad that you have come to share this live with me or hear what what I believe the universe, spirit, God, whatever name that you want to give this omnipresence, the energy for today. And by what's today? Today is the 6th of December, 2022. Not all dolled up, just came on, decided, why not? And I did that because one of the reasons that this is the energy of the month of December is all about fearlessness, right? Why not dive in? So I decided, why not try something a little bit different? And YouTube, although I utilize it and it's growing, I've decided that is a tool that I could utilize. And so now I jumped in. And what does it take to be fearless? On this journey, I often think about the fact that in order to be strong in an area of our lives, whether it is about a relationship or situation or an event, whatever that has created a belief system inside of us. In order for us to reckon with or come to grips with that when we have to change, it often brings up feelings of discomfort that are associated with fear. And so, if I'm to be fearless and walk in that energy of that omniscient, that omnipresence, that omnipotence, that omniscience, if I am to tap into that alignment, I first along this journey have to be willing to lay aside the things that hinder me. And I'm not always, or we, and I say I because we're mirroring one another, but we're not always aware of that consciously. And even if we are aware of it consciously, we're not always willing to do what it takes to go beyond that particular belief system, that paradigm, if that makes sense. So when it comes to so let me just say first of all that what I'm speaking of, this information comes from our wellness group on patreon.com/Renee's Nest. And each month in the Nest, which is our wellness community, we get a general overview of the energy of the month, the archetypal energy to be mindful of, and a reading or an intuitive message that we call our wellness plan. And that wellness plan helps us to use that divine guidance to govern or to be transformed, right, by the new renewing of our mind. And so, since the overall energy for the month of December is fearlessness, right, you have to see how that fits in your life. But the overall archetypal energies of the months are, I'm sorry, the seeker and the gambler. The seeker and the gambler. And the thing to think about this is an archetype. The intention of an archetype is to it is simply a collection of, not simply, but it's a collection of characteristics and character traits and behavior patterns that we all possess, right? We all possess this. And it is meant for us to be aware of the light attributes, the things that we can learn from and glean from and grow from, and as well as the shadow attributes. And the shadow attributes actually are those things that we probably did not know existed, or may be aware of, but not willing to change. So when the archetypal energy, first of all, of the seeker this month, if we're going to be fearless and we're walking, and if nothing else, you can see the picture that you cannot carry a lot. There are different altitudes. This is not the time to be concerned about the shadow, which simply says, I don't have the ability to commit to this path. The light attribute says, I have the wherewithal, I am drawn, I know what it is. And so if we're going to walk in this energy, fearlessness, be mindful this month that as a seeker, you might be faced with some things that may ask you to question, that may throw you off your square a little bit. It may make you feel like you're in the wrong space as a gambler. It may not, it may initially throw you into not utilizing your first sense or your sixth sense or your third eye. You might not feel that comfortable walking in an unexpected situation fearlessly. Because in the past, as this says in the shadow aspect, you have been used to doing the work, or what I consider being on the hamster wheel, doing the work, but not accomplishing anything, right? The divine timing piece, which if you can see this is purple, and it speaks of having your physical eyes wide shut and having your first eye, your sixth sense, govern the rest of your senses. Therefore, when you are seeking, you will find, however you may feel at times, that you don't know which way you're going. Stand fast, right? The rest of our reading speaks of why it is a challenge, I would say, for us to walk in this path. Not walk in this path, but what is the challenge for us to walk in fearlessness? What is really the things that are preventing us, or the things that we are allowing to prevent us from stepping into this fearlessness? And the first thing is we are cutting off the flow of abundance because we don't know who we are. When we walk in fear, we are pretty much walking in a survival mode, right? So be mindful of that. Walking in survival mode means that you may not be walking in that archetype of energy, or in the archetypal energy of that gambler. It's hard for you to utilize your sixth sense because you're not aware of your divinity. And when you're not aware of your divinity, then of course, then you're not aware of your worth. If I don't know who I am, how can I walk through the valleys and the shadows of? If I'm going to get frightened or my fears come up and I'm unaware of them, it is quite impossible or very challenging to walk in a spirit of fearlessness because I have not yet faced fears. Does that make sense? I hope so. I hope so. And now, if this message does resonate with you, and it simply means resonate, simply means it makes you think. You don't have to agree, but it just makes you think. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to like my page or join my page. Okay, I would appreciate your support. But Spirit is also letting us know this month that it's time to wake up from being a spiritual sheep. If you want to walk fearless, you have to know your worth. And when you know your worth, I want you to release those paradigms, those people, places, and things that have kept you in a dormant state of mind. And when you do that, the expansiveness of your journey continues, because now you're accepting and you are attached to a divine intelligence, that omniscience, that omnipresence, that omnipotence. You can't lose. Now, what we really want to be mindful of, though, is how we are having to let go of the things that we normally do. And what is that? Take things in our own hands. And oftentimes we're being asked to listen to, pay attention to through our divine eye, through our third eye, our first sense, right? Through our communication with the all. There may be things that come up that you may not be familiar with. But when you ask, when you are a seeker, remember the seeker, when you are a seeker, you have to be willing to step into what is shown. And when you do that for this month, the path will be illuminated, things will be clearer, and you will have learned that you can release the outcome, that is the who, what, when, where, and why, and still allow yourself intuitively be connected to all there is and find your way. I hope this has been an encouragement for you. My name is Renee. I'm Coach Renee, and welcome to The Nest. And I hope this message is a tool that you can utilize for your wellness toolbox. And if you'd like to get in contact with me, please contact me at www.mirroryou.com. The information will be in the description or in my bio. And don't forget to mirror you. Be balanced, be inspired, and continue to grow. Thanks.